I'm lying down for dramatic effect. I'm depressed. It's day 507 of entrepreneurship, and I feel more lost than ever. When I started my YouTube channel in November 2018, my biggest problem was self-doubt and not really being able to move forward with any idea or vision because I was so afraid and I didn't have a clear, I was afraid and I didn't believe in myself. And then I went through a period of like realizing I can do anything, I can try anything, it's all gonna work out. And I was still without a vision, but I was still determined. Then I got a vision for my blog, Right on Base, which I have executed at this point. I rebranded my blog, I did a season of my podcast, and I self-published a book, all kind of military related. But yet here I am, feeling more lost than ever, and it feels so bad. This has been a rough week. I think it's been a rough 6 weeks, 4 weeks, because since the podcast ended, I finally got that book published. I've ended that chapter. That chapter is closed, and I don't know what's next. I don't have a vision. I feel like I need to move on from the military content. I need to close the chapter of the military in my life in general, and I don't know what's next. And it's so frustrating because I've been on this journey for 507 days and I'm not closer to being economically viable. If anything, I'm economically non-viable at this point. And it makes me really sad because I really believed in myself. I really had a lot of hope, and I want so badly to be on my path and be pursuing my purpose in life. I want so badly to be living the life that I want to live, which is financial freedom, of course, the ability to choose what I want to focus on instead of being forced to focus on certain things. I want to be creative in the ways that I want to be creative, which takes skill for one. I still have to learn how to do a lot of things, but also capital and opportunity, which come as you move on your path and create business and have business so that you can have money and so that you can meet people and learn about ways to have more opportunities. So I'm not closer to that. If anything, I'm starting to feel the burden of the amount of time I've been without a paycheck, and the fact that I feel like I'm not really getting better at this. Now, if I look at me today versus me a year ago, I'm definitely a lot better. Even me 5 months ago, I'm a lot better. I'm a lot smarter. I'm more wise, if that makes sense. Being wise in a field I have not yet succeeded. But like I feel like I've learned a lot. And the burden of realizing there's still so far to go is overwhelming. And I just want to prove myself, to those around me. I want to be comfortable. I want to finally be at a station in life that I want to be at. Since I graduated in 2011, I have never felt like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like there was no job that I was doing that felt like what I was supposed to be doing or what I wanted to be doing. I've always had this like tension within me where I wanted something different and didn't know how to get it. When I worked at health insurance, customer service, I was very unhappy because of knowing that's not where I was supposed to be. And then I, at some point, just kind of gave up and just accepted that that's where I was, which led me to like channel that anxiety into other areas, including like just fixating on different things in my marriage. And it wasn't until I had my son that I was like, you know what, I can have what I want and I'm going to pursue it. And that's when I quit my job a few months later, and I've been pursuing it. But now I'm just so tired. It's been 507 days of trying, hoping, believing, and I'm still not anywhere. I still don't have more money. I still don't have more options. I still don't have, I do have more work to show for it. I do. So I shouldn't say that. I haven't done nothing, but I thought I'd be making money by now. I really did. I think when you hear stories about entrepreneurs that say like, I didn't make money for the first 3 years or something, I guess that's the portion I'm in. I just assumed they were in business and not really making money, but maybe they didn't have their business together yet and they're counting that time, I'm hoping. But I've really been at a crossroads, and I've really felt depressed because when I think about all the things that it feels like I'm failing at, it just really feels like too much. It's not just that I don't have a business yet. It's not just that the house constantly needs to be cleaned, which I guess is a side effect of living in it and having a family. I'm constantly having to go grocery shopping, constantly having to cook, and then clean up after that. And I can't like keep my diet together. I don't have any motivation at the gym. And wanting my morning routine, like I want to do that in a particular way, but it's hard. I have a toddler, so that's one of the biggest factors for me because I have to flex to what he does. So I was talking to someone last night and he was asking what time I wake up. Well, I used to wake up at 5:30, but then my son started waking up at 5:30, and then he started waking up at 4:45, and just really is impacting me. Anyway, I've been really sad because I just feel like I've failed, and I feel like I just really would rather have a job. I'd rather go to work and just have to worry about work and let everything fall around work, which I guess it was the whole point of pursuing this in the first place, not to have my life revolve around work. So I'm really in a bad place. But looking at my husband's life where everything does revolve around work and school, like he makes his own schedule. That's what I want. I just want like some freedom in not having a choice, not having to prioritize, because your priorities are go to work and take care of yourself and then do what you gotta do at home. But for me, it's do what I gotta do at home, try to take care of myself, try to work, and whatever else that means. So I had a moment at the gym. I was listening to Righteous and Ratchet, and they're always talking about their future as entertainers and with Kev on Stage Studios, and they're at a place where they've been working for a long time, and now they have more options, they have more capital, they're starting to realize that the limits they feel exist don't exist. And I had this moment where I was like, I want to be there so badly. I was like, I might die if I don't get to be as creative as I want to be. Now, I don't really think I'm gonna die, but that's how it feels. Just like, oh, I just want to be there so bad. I just want to be at a place where I get to do the thing that I'm here to do. And I've just felt so sad. I don't even want to exercise. I just want to eat sweets so I can feel better. Sunday, I had an idea. We're about to go on a cruise with in-laws, and I was like, oh, we should make t-shirts. And I said it to my husband, and he was like, you just need to focus on Brooks and the house. And, I felt he could have communicated that to me if he was having like some issue with what I was doing. Last week, I baked a ton of cookies that my mom sold, and I wish he had just like told me that was annoying to him. But I had to move past that and just like feel my embarrassment that not only am I not making money, because we had to pay for some things last week, which wasn't a financial hardship. It was just like a lot of money that came out at once, and it was kind of like because of me. Not only am I not making money, but he wants me to do a better job at the other things I'm supposed to be doing. And I just felt really embarrassed for like 18 hours. My ears were burning. I was embarrassed. And it just feels like there's no one who can help me. There's no one to advise me. And I just realized right now it's just me and God, because this journey is about finding that those plans that he has for me, the plans to not to harm me, but to prosper me and give me hope in the future. Like, that's what I'm trying to find. And I've looked to so many people, and it's really come down to realizing I'm not going to find the plan that God has for me without God. Not that I was ever saying I was going to do something without God, but I don't know if I've acknowledged this level of dependency for God. So that's my solution at this point. It's just like to try to pray, which I've come to this over the past 3 months, just realizing I'm not going to be able to go to all these other sources. I'm going to have to like go through God to get the information I need. So I'm just going to try to pray every day and ask God to direct me in my journey today. Help me be who he intended me to be, and help me to grow. Show me what the plan is. Doing that every day should help, because why wouldn't it? And I realize I've had this idea of having a relationship with God being more like a knock 3 times, jiggle the handle, jump up and down, and then poof, everything you want will happen. And I never liked that concept. But right now it feels like, no, if you really want to be your true self, you need to be connected so that almost like your true self can be activated because it's connected to the source. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. And instead of getting another book, or I still might see a counselor. Instead of like looking for resources, I decided I'm going to try to read the Bible in a year, do a Bible reading plan, because I can't get away from the fact that God created God's word for us, like as an instruction manual. So I probably should read it. And that's my goal. And I'm really afraid, honestly, that I'm not going to be successful. I'm afraid I'm going to give up, because I feel like I give up on a lot of things. And I just don't have a lot of faith in myself right now. That's my plan though. So just in this week, even though it's been really hard, I've been really sad, I've had 3 conversations that kind of surprised me, that I feel are God giving me the information that I need. So I was gonna quit Mary Kay because I need to send, I have a year from when I started to send my inventory back, and I wanted to do that. But I talked to my Mary Kay consultant, and my director, and she was like, of course she doesn't want me to send my stuff back because then she has to pay back the commission. But she just kind of pointed out, you're in a very low time right now. Don't try to make any decisions, and you need to be in a better environment to help you feel better. And I haven't been in a very good environment. And then I had lunch with someone who's an entrepreneur that I knew from when I lived here previously. And he was like helping me think about practical ways to pursue writing like I want to, and to be consistent. So that was helpful. And that, when you get in these places of feeling depressed, it's so hard to just like take a step out of the pit. And then I went to a new friend's birthday outing at this place called Recess, which is this huge warehouse, and they have a bunch of games and stuff for adults. So we were playing, it was like bowling, but you throw the football to the other end and knock the pins down. And I met this guy there, and we were going to the food truck. He was like with our group, and he wanted to go to the food truck. I want to get some fries because I don't like having a hangover of any kind. And he had asked a simple question like, what do you do? I asked him what he did, then he asked what I do. And I was like, well, it's a long story, but basically he was like, well, I want to hear this long story. And as we rejoined the group, he continued to talk to me and the group about like finding value in where I am and being okay with rest and giving myself grace and mercy in this time and just allowing my timing to unfold instead of wanting everything right now. And I do want everything right now, and I'm comparing myself to others. Like my sister-in-law was here last weekend and she's so cute and pregnant right now, and she's married, they've bought a house. And I'm like, I just want that. Like I want to be in a place where I feel this is my home and this is a place I want to invest in, because we were talking about decorations. And I just want that already. The whole time my husband's in the Army, I was like waiting for the next place. Well, the next place we go, I hope it has this and I'll do this and that, because that place didn't feel like my home. And here I am 5 years later, still not at home and not anywhere closer to it, to be honest. So I just wanted to share this part of my journey, this part where I've been through so much. I've done so much this year. Mary Kay, I wrote an ebook, I launched a podcast, relaunched my blog, and I actually am blogging now. I'm just, at this point, all I'm gonna do is try writing. I'm just gonna write the things that I wanna write, not try to write what's marketable. I'm just writing because I know that's my gift, and I'm just gonna go from there. But after doing all that and then still being at a place of being like, okay, what now? It's hard. And I wanted to share that. Maybe other people have that same experience. I'm hoping to get back to YouTube, because there's a lot of stuff on my shoulders and it ain't gonna get done. So I may as well enjoy myself. That said, if you felt this way, please comment. If you have any other advice about being still, as Oprah said, get still and know, what did she say? Don't just think of the next right thing and the next right thing. So if you have any advice or quotes or experience, you can leave that. But I hope that somebody is encouraged by my plight and my struggle and my depression, because I think it's a phase, but I know it's a part of entrepreneurship. So I want, hopefully someone can identify with what I'm going through, and they will get through it too, as I will. Check me out in 3 months, see what happens. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to stay on this journey with me. Bye.